Hi, do you know there's a process to getting an ATM in a location? Stay to the end of the video and I'll give you that process. Hi, I'm Phil from PDQ Merchant Enterprises and the ATM Mastermind group page, and I help hundreds of aspiring ATM business owners go from 0 ATMs to ATM Business Pro in as little as 30 days. Always remember, here at PDQ and the ATM Mastermind group page, we buy your freedom back one transaction at a time. Without further ado, the ABC process of getting an ATM in a location. Step number 1. I'm a door-to-door guy, which means I'm going to go into the business, I'm going to scope out the place, I'm going to look to see if there's an ATM. So that's the process we're going to talk about today. So what you're going to do is you're going to find a business, you're going to go around in the business, you're going to look for an ATM and see if there's an ATM in the location. If there is, move on to the next location. If there's not, then we start process number 2. Point number 2. Here's what I usually do, is I act like I'm a customer. So I look around the store, let's say it's a convenience store. I look around the store owner or store manager will say, "Oh, can I help you?" And then I usually ask for a product that's very hard to come by in a convenience store. So I usually ask for Frappuccinos because not a lot of guys carry that Starbucks brand Frappuccino. Sometimes they got something close, sometimes they don't carry anything like that at all, which I know it's very hard to do. So I'll ask for, "Oh yeah, I was looking for it. You guys have that Frappuccino? It's that Starbucks thing." And then sometimes they'll say, "Oh yeah, that's over down here," or "No, we don't carry that anymore." So now I'll go up and I'll talk to them. It's like, "Hey, did you guys carry it before? How come you gotta get rid of it? Did you ever think about carrying it?" And then I strike up a conversation with them. And then they're like real inquisitive. They're like, "Oh yeah, we had it before, but now we don't have it anymore. Nobody bought it, or I had it, but it cost too much." Whatever, they start talking to me. We start to get to know each other. So if you're thinking about starting a profitable ATM business, stay to the end of the video and I'll share with you my checklist entitled "How to Start a Profitable ATM Business the Right Way, Even If You Have Zero Business Experience." In this checklist, I will show you the 5 things you need to start a profitable ATM business so you can build a passive income source for your family. You'll have a clear roadmap towards ATM business success so you can earn between $250 and $1,500 of passive income every single month. All right, let's get back to the video. Point number 3. Now you did your due diligence, you looked around the store, there isn't an ATM. Now you ask the store owner, do they have a product, so you can justify why you're looking around the store. Now you strike up a conversation with the business owner. During that conversation, you say, "You know what, I noticed that you don't have an ATM. We're also in the ATM business. I just stopped off to get something to drink. I noticed you don't have an ATM. So do you ever think about putting in an ATM?" Now they will tell you, yes, they thought about it, or no, they never did. Or yes, they thought about it, but they didn't know how to go about doing it. Or yes, they did, but they went to their bank and their bank doesn't do that. So they just kind of exhausted the possibilities of getting an ATM. So then you say, "Look, I'm in the ATM business. I wanted to know if you'd be interested in putting an ATM in your business." Have that conversation. Most of the time it's a yes, sometimes it's a no, and you'll have to have that conversation. But if it is a yes, then what you do is say, "You know what, can we set up a time? I see you're busy right here. Can we set up a time?" So point number 4, you ask them to set up a time. Now you're going to let them know, "You know what, I have some additional paperwork that we have to fill out in order to place the ATM here. Here's what I'm going to need. I'm going to need a tax ID number. I'll need a bank account. I'll need an email. And so when I come back, if you have all those things?" "Oh yeah, I have all those things, not a problem." Say, "All right." So now you schedule a time. You schedule that time, you come back in, you have that paperwork, and now you fill out your ATM operator agreement, and you have your W-9. That's where your tax ID number comes in. You're going to ask for an email because you want to email them the reports every month, and you're going to ask for their bank account because you want to ACH them their money so you don't have to write a check. Now, some guys, as I said, or some women, they decide, you know what, they're just going to write them a check every month or every 3 months or whatever they do. We don't do that. We just found it really easy, cut and dry, to always ACH their money into their account. But you can operate the business however you want. Processor ISOs just like us will allow you guys to do it any way you want. Just for me, it made it real easy, very transparent, to put the money in their account and email them a statement. And point number 5, now you got your paperwork signed, you already agreed upon a spot to put the ATM with the business owner. Now what you do is you contact your ISO, which is guys like us, and say, "Hey, I need an ATM." And also tell the business owner it's going to be about 10 business days to get the ATM in there. Most of the time it's a lot faster, sometimes it's not. Sometimes manufacturers are out of product, sometimes they're not. So it just depends, but it gives you kind of that leeway. Now when you got the ATM order and you know we're in the shipping, you can contact the business owner and say, you know what, I told you 10 days, we'll probably be here 2 days shorter, or you know what, things are gonna be a little longer, so I'm looking at maybe about 14 days. So just keep them, either which way it goes, keep them abreast of what's going on so they're okay with it, that you didn't lock in a time frame, and always give yourself an out. Hey, our general practice is 10 days, but sometimes it could be more with shipping and things the way they are, and they say, oh yeah, I understand, shortages and this and that. So you give yourself an out in case things are a little longer, you don't look silly, and then you're not freaking out and locked in. Oh, I said 10 days and it's 9 and I don't have my ATM. Let them know after about 4 or 5 days, hey, this is what we're looking at. I got a closer target. I said 10, usually we do it in that time, but sometimes things go sideways. So always keep them abreast of where you're at, so there's no surprises for your customer. And point number 6, a little bonus was, now you're gonna install your ATM. Keep in mind when you order an ATM, we've had a lot of challenges with shipping. We see across the country, this has been an issue. So please, when you get your ATM, always check to see if there's damage on the back, and please note it on the shipping that, hey, the ATM has been damaged. Now, if the driver wants to wait, open it up and see if there's damage. If they don't want to wait, and just note it on the bill of lading, and that way you can go back to the person that you bought the ATM from, and then they can help fight it with the shipper, so you can get either a new ATM or the ATM fixed if it's damaged. So if you're interested in starting your own ATM business, I want to invite you to a free checklist entitled ATM Business Passive Income Checklist, where I'll share with you the 5 things you need to start your profitable ATM business so you can start earning passive income, make more money, and spend more time with your family. So if you're interested in starting your journey, click the link down below and start your ATM journey today. Again, this is Phil from PDQ Merchant Enterprises and the ATM Mastermind Group page, where we buy your freedom back one transaction at a time. Thank you guys very much.